Alright guys, I have a little experiment going on here with my injector pressure regulator here. Let me pick some of this up. I want to give you all a little tour of what we got going on here. So, over here we have shop air. And that's going to go on to the little fitting. It leaks a little bit, but it's manageable. Comes through a nice pretty little hose. Trying to manipulate this camera around some. And it goes on to my IPR. Alright, I've got 12 volts coming from a power switching. It's a power switching supply. It'll supply up to 30 amps. I use it for my home radio stuff, but it's plugged into the 10 amp plug at the moment. It won't draw that much when I do this. Alright, so what we're going to do here, I'll get this back up on the bench and get it situated. I want to show you a few things, and hopefully you'll be able to see all this if I do it right. So, I'm plugging the shop air first. You'll hear it. Okay. Now, the shop air is plugged in. The air that you're hearing right now is coming out of these holes, which I believe are the outbound holes. Now, I should probably give you a little better close-up of what I've done here. I have the tip, it'll focus, the tip of the IPR is what's covered right now. I got a little bit of that first set of holes, but for the most part it's just the second. And if you see that there, this air is currently leaking out of here right now with no 12 volts running right now. And my understanding is that's wrong. It should be the other way around. But I'm going to show you, it makes almost absolutely no difference when I apply a little voltage to it. So we got 12 volts here, 13.8 to be exact. And we're going to put this one in here and wedge it up in there nice so it doesn't go bouncing all over the place. And I take this guy, it'll get a little sparky but not too bad. And we drop him in there. That's a good, it was a good contact. Alright, see, when they touch each other they smoke, that's bad. That's a good contact. Nothing. Now with my thumb, I can feel the solenoid move ever so slightly. I don't know if you can hear it or not. It went. It almost coincides with that little spark as I do the initial touch. Now, you'll note that there's absolutely no change with this air here. So my assumption is that I have got a bad IPR valve. And I'll show you exactly how I had that puppy on there. Okay, so this is my IPR valve. Let's make sure it stays in focus here. I gotta figure out where my field of view is here. I'm trying to do this upside down. So the screen is good and clean. It has no problems at all. That valve was coming up basically to the, just over the rubbers, just up to this line right here. Half of these holes were covered, half of them weren't covered. Half of them were only like half covered actually, and the other half were uncovered. And the air was a good bit of air coming out of these. My understanding is that the oil should go in this inlet here. The valve inside, when there's no power applied, should be all the way closed. And when there is power applied, it should pull this up, and kind of like a servo or whatever, it pulls up enough, you know, whether it's 14% at normal or 85% when it's full blown, that's going to draw the valve open to let more oil go through. Now, I don't have the oil pressure, the air pressure turned up all the way. That end leaks a little. But as you can see, I've got about 40-50 pounds of pressure on that. It's probably, I can't quite see the meter from here, but it's probably about 30 pounds of pressure on that. And as you can hear, it's just trickling out that thing like it's got a leak. I don't think it's ever getting past the open stage except for a little butt crack. I welcome everybody's opinion. Thanks.